Big ups, welcome to the chat. We got HCFC vlogs with it's Rico. Big ups to you for tuning in. Quick brush. Wasn't looking too good. Looks a bit better now at the very least. Yeah, but there you go. Welcome to the chat. It's Rico. Rico is in my starting 11. Just going to open up a tab on my computer just so I can keep an eye on stream analytics. Give it a minute. There we go. Anyways, so big ups for tuning in. We got a big game on our hands tomorrow, I believe. It is tomorrow, yeah. And it's Brentford away from home. Now, it's going to be a tough game. Pep has already come out and said that it's going to be a tough game, which doesn't surprise me. I think this is going to be a real difficult challenge, which is something I actually mentioned in the description of the video. But we're really going to need to be watching this carefully because, honestly, Brentford are a really solid team. They are forced to be reckoned with, not a team to be sneered at. And that's why the thumbnail says that this is a big test and it could set the tone for the incoming games. If we beat Brentford away from home, that's a difficult game won. It's a very tough game. Going into Everton, we'd expect to win that. We drew. Going to Leicester, they're 19th in the league. We should have been winning that, and we did. Going to West Ham, not great this season, and hence why Lopetegui got the sack. Expected to win. And Salford, we were always expected to beat Salford, which we did, 8-0. So, look. I think on that perspective, getting those wins, we haven't lost in 4 games, So there are positives today to take. But this is a big match incoming. This is a big game, and we've got to be 100% ready. Pep has already come out and spoken about how Thomas Frank is a good coach and how this is going to be a tough game for the Blues to deal with. But anyway, let's jump into the starting 11. Well, my prediction for it, which is Ortega in goal. Look, I don't know if Edison got given the cup game because he hadn't played in a while, or whether because he's number 2 now, but nonetheless, he got given the cup game, and for me, Ortega's the number 1 right now, in my humble opinion. So I stick with Ortega in goal. The right back, Rico Lewis. Kyle Walker, Pep has said that he might, apparently Kyle Walker might come with the squad, but he won't, but apparently he's not going to feature. So, one way or another, Kyle Walker's not starting at right back, and Rico Lewis, I'd be surprised if he isn't. Now then, Akanji and Vardio. I don't know why I'm thinking this. I just am. It's my gut. A part of me told me, you know what to do. Rico, Akanji, Ake, Vardio. And a part of me was really thinking that would happen. But I don't know. I just thought that Vardio plays left centre back and Nico Riley would play left back. And Nico Riley played brilliantly at left back last game. I'm curious to see how he'll do today. It seems to be a really versatile player the way he's going. He can play attacker, midfielder, can play the DM, can play basically anywhere in the midfield, and he can play fullback if he can play like he did against Salford. Now then, it is Salford, but still, that's no small thing to do. Going into a role that you're not used to, and excelling. McAtee got man of the match, but Nico Riley was easily a contender. Jumping into our midfielder, Bernardo and Cover in the pivot. Not sure. I just don't think Gundogan's going to start. He got given the start against Salford, and I think there's a reason for that, because he hasn't really been playing the last couple. But I think we're going to see Bernardo and Kova. I think this pivot has been doing a better job than other pivots. We haven't signed a DM yet in January, so look, we'll have to take this and see how it does. Now then, right wing McAtee. I'm desperate for this guy to play because his days are numbered at the football club as it stands. You know, like his final game at the Etihad might be his first. You know, he has come off the bench, of course, at the Etihad in the past, but like for me, what McAtee, I don't know what the club is doing with McAtee or what Pep is, because like, why would you keep him and then not play him? You know, it's not fair on him. You know, he could have left this in the summer, left and gotten guaranteed minutes elsewhere. You know, McAtee will start for other Premier League teams, I'm sure. Fulham were interested. I think West Ham had a look. Teams are well interested in McAtee, and look, I don't want him to leave, so I'm putting him in my 11. I really want this guy to stay because I think he could ball if you just give him a small run of games. Okay, if he starts the next few games and he does badly, then fine. Okay, but give him the opportunity to do bad. Give him the opportunity to do well. Moving on into the cam, Kevin De Bruyne. I think we're going to need this guy. His creativity is obviously comes second to none. You know, he can make chances out of almost anything and everything. Brentford at the moment sit 11th in the league, so, you know, they're not doing too bad. They have conceded 35 goals, so their defence is by no means unimaginable. You know, 35 goals, it's the most goals in the top 13. So, you know, they concede a lot of goals, but they score a lot too. They've scored 38. You know, their goal difference is solid. We've got to be wary of that. Well, no, they're not their goal difference. They've got a goal difference of 3, but they score goals. You know, they've scored more than us this season. We scored 36, they scored 38. 38 goals scored, by the way. Leaving out Chelsea, Arsenal, and Liverpool, 38 goals scored is the best in the top 11. So, as much as they like to concede, they also like to score. They can pop up with a lot of goals, which is rather evident in my mind. So, look, Brentford, top side, and we've got to be wary of them. Of course we do. And I think De Bruyne, you know, we're going to need all the chances we can get. We scored a lot of our chances against Salford. I'd like to see the same in this game. I'm like Brentford. Let's have a look at their home record. Brentford's home record. Just lost 1-0 to Plymouth at home. Lost 3-1 to Arsenal. Lost 2-0 to Forest. Beat Newcastle 4-2. Beat Leicester 4-1. Beat Brentford 3-2. No, Bournemouth 3-2. Beat Ipswich 4-3. Beat Wolves 5-3. Leyton Orient 3-1. West Ham 1-1. Southampton 3-1. So they like to get a lot of wins. Last 3 games at home for them haven't really been memorable ones, having lost all 3. But they'll obviously be eager to change that. Yes, how are you? Purple Panel the GOAT. Sorry. My thoughts got completely bamboozled there. Welcome to the chat, Lister City. Yes. How are you? I'm good, thank you very much. I'm feeling good. You know, and I'm ready for that Omar Marmish news. I know Purple Panel's basically said that the deal's done. He's come out with the fee, you know, he's come out with everything. I'm just hoping he's right, you know. I hope Fabrizio comes out and is like, yeah, this guy's right, essentially. Can't believe Brentford have lost 3 times in all comps at home this season. The last 3 games, So they were really good, and then it's all just collapsed. Yeah, and the weirdest one there is the Plymouth one, because look, losing to Arsenal at home, losing to Forest at home, difficult ones to take. Forest, both teams are in the top four, but losing to Plymouth, where are Plymouth? Championship, League One, maybe League Two, 24th in the Championship, so they're on their way. It's a big defeat for them that I don't think any of them were expecting. So tough one to take. I'm feeling good apart from some sources saying it's not done, and the Frankfurt manager saying his only focus is Frankfurt next week. Look, I believe that this deal will be done within the next days. I don't think that I'd be surprised if we don't have Here We Go by Ipswich. That genuinely, I'd be really shocked if we didn't have that. Yeah, apparently we've reached an agreement of 45 million. It says purple panel, but Platigol came out and said that no agreement has been reached and that negotiations are still going. The good thing to take is that we've got great relationships with Frankfurt, it seems to be. Seen the McAtee news. He's playing Frankfurt tomorrow, according to Fabrizio. Purple panel tweeted, "We'll see who's right and who lied." Man, he is putting a lot of eggs into his man. He must know Marmoush personally. Like, he actually must must be chatting with Marmoush, because he is so confident about this. FYI, like, he is incredibly confident, and if he's wrong, if Marmoush plays his next game, whenever that is, if he plays that game and it's not over for him, but man, he's gonna just look a little bit of a mug. It's not gonna be the best look. Seen the McAtee news gutted. Said about is it the Bundesliga stuff? Most likely destinations Bundesliga. Look, I'm gutted that he's leaving. It's why I put him in my predicted 11. I just want him to play, man. Try to give him a shot. You might as well. But yeah, I think McAtee's gone. The one thing I pray that we do, City, please put please put a buyback clause in there, man. Like, genuinely, Cole Palmer, we could have had the deal of a lifetime with Cole Palmer if we put a buyback clause in that. We didn't for some reason, even if it was 100 million buyback clause, we could have made so much money from that. Cole Palmer coming back to City. And would Cole Palmer want to come back to City? Maybe, What, we just won the Premier League and you wouldn't want to come back, I don't know. I feel like it'd be all good. Purple panel got the Vardio saga right when everyone was saying it wasn't done. Remember, it took I remember that we had a Here We Go, and then it actually wasn't Here We Go. It took another couple of weeks to get done. Yeah, Vardio was quite the saga. It took a while for us to get a fee done. Although when we did get the fee, it was quite good. Or if Purple Panel is right, as City fans have not well known source who gets everything right. I've seen 40% fans saying McAtee didn't play well from 3 goals. They said he was rusty. Well, no. No, he's not going to be rusty. Of course he's rusty. Tiki battles this Marmoush. If we lose, then we have been on this Marmoush deal for a nice chunk of time now. We've been on it for a while. We all knew that this would be a difficult deal. It's taking Frankfurt's best player this season. Okay, it was never going to be easy, but we've put so much into it now. Marmoush actively wants to move. Apparently, we've got great relations with the club. I'm sorry. everything is ticking boxes, and if the last thing you need to do is fork over the cash, what are we doing? The longer we wait, the harder it becomes, because then we're leaving Frankfurt with less time to potentially reinvest if they want to. I'm hoping to see news on DM by Jan 20, some strong link. Yeah, I would like to see something too. I want to see something with Vitor Reese as well, because that's kind of dried up a bit, and we haven't really heard anything for the last couple of days. So hopefully we hear a bit more in that area. I'll quickly finish off the predicted 11 though, with Savinho off the left. Look, Savinho is... Look, he played off the right against Salford. I thought he was all right, but he played the last two on the left in Premier League against Premier League teams, and I thought he was really good. Give him that left-hand side. He can clearly whip a good ball in. There's no doubt about that. You know, with the brilliant cross into Haaland against Leicester, and then whipped in one of the most beautiful crosses I've ever seen to him against West Ham, and slipped him in. Left-hand side just seems to be Savinho's at the moment. There's no reason for him to leave it, you know. Savinho for the right wing, you know, if it has to be done, then do it. But this doesn't have to be done. We have options off the right. We have McAtee. We have Doku who can even play there. Frankfurt's 180. Seriously, Tiki, pay it, and it's still a fair price. Tiki always penny pinching. Jack Gordon tweeted that Kusanov that isn't really done. What's going on? He said, like Sissy will finalise Kusanov deal. I thought it was done. Yeah, I heard. I actually did get a glance at that. He said something about 30 million quid deal, and Sissy are finalising it or something. Yeah, Man City working to finalise Kusanov deal this week as negotiations continue. Marmish, I'm hoping that finalise means, like, you know, finalise him in the blue top, pictures being taken type of finalise. You know, I'm hoping it's that kind of finalise as opposed to we're still trying to figure out a fee. Because he said 33 million. Okay, that implies that is the price. So I think it is that, to be fair. I'm hoping. I know we have different logic as fans, but we just look at it and think, why does it disagree a number? Why does it take 3 days? I know, like, I would love to see the whole of a transfer, like, saga. You know, I want to see how that happens, because honestly, look, I'm no transfer negotiator, I'm no pro at this, man. But, like, honestly, some deals move quicker than others. You know, some deals will get entirely done on deadline days. But, like, for me, like, I'm trying to think the right thing to say. Like, if it was me, okay, we've done a scouting for a while. Okay, clubs are always scouting. You find a player you want. Okay, we've decided that this is the guy we're going to go in for. Like, let's say he plays for a decent team. He's having a pretty good year. We knock on the door of the club. Okay, we got a nice pocket. City have got a nice big deep pocket they could spend into. We knock on the door and we're like, yo, we kind of want this guy. What's up? What's up with him? You reckon we can get him? And they go, nah, we don't want to sell him. They try to close the door on us. We put our foot in the door. We go, whoa. Do you see how deep my wallet is? You guys could be getting a pretty penny for this guy if you just hear me out. And then we talk for a bit. That's day one. We're talking. And then I'm like, okay, leave you with it. 40 million. I'm going to go sleep. It's been a long day of talks. Time to go home. Next day, knock on the... I know they don't actually knock on the door. But next day, knock on the door. What do you think? 40 million sounding good? How about 50? 45, meet in the middle. And Bob's your uncle and play negotiations. Of course, it's more complicated than that, man. But I just feel like I'd have my guys on that, you know? Just don't leave them alone. How long do they need to think about it? I don't think I've ever been as annoyed with a transfer winning than the Vardio saga. That was when I started thinking, what does Tiki become? We negotiated Vardio for 5 weeks, guarantee it will be the same for Marmouche. You know what? If it continues like this, Marmouche won't be done till the last week, in my opinion. I know news has gone slightly drier past couple of days. Since the Kusanov Here We Go, I feel like news has kind of dried up a little bit. We're still getting bits here and there, but nowhere near as proactive as it was for that like 3-day period where it was just constant. But yeah, we need to crack on. The sooner we get these players in, the quicker we can possibly get back on track to our own standards. But to wrap up the predicted 11, agree. Thoughts on game tomorrow? Confident. I'm a bit nervous. Brentford are a very good team, and they're a force to be reckoned with. They've scored 38 goals this season, 2 more than us. They've conceded 35, which is the worst in the top 13, and it's 8 goals worse than us. Look, in terms of goals scored and goals conceded, we're probably about evenly matched, and we're playing at that ground, which almost gives them a tick in their favour. We're in decent. We're in better form to what we were, is what I'll say. Brentford's form, I'll go off league form. Brentford's form, they've had 1 win in their last 5, 3 losses, 1 draw. So, look, in terms of form, we have the upper hand. Brentford, they'll want a win at their own stadium to get the confidence back there. And there is no better team to win against than us. If they beat us at their stadium, that would bring the atmosphere right back to them for Liverpool on Saturday. That's a big game for them as well. 2 back-to-back huge games at home. They're going to want to win the City ones so that they can get a big atmosphere going for Liverpool. And of course, I don't doubt their atmosphere, but you know what I'm trying to say. Remember, Brentford destroyed our midfield in the first half and we had to bring on Rodri. Yeah, I couldn't watch that. It's 3 p.m. kickoff, but I remember just seeing the description for what was going on in the game, and Brentford rolled over us for at least 30 minutes. We just couldn't seem to do anything. Then I believe we got the goal, which was a big thing for us, and I think... No, didn't they? They scored a goal in the first minute. They couldn't score for ages. Then we scored, and then we got a goal later on as well. So, look, Brentford are a difficult team, and we have to be careful of them. They're a force to be reckoned with at their own stadium as well, which I know has been bad form recently for them, but on a whole, it's a difficult ground to go to, it would seem. Yeah, I'm really hoping that we can turn it up against Brentford. It's why the thumbnail says that this is a big test. Big test to set the tone. If we can win here, then that's such a big win. It's almost a big statement win. It's a difficult away game, and depending on how we win as well, imagine we won a comfortable 3-1 again, like Phil Foden's hat-trick back in February against them. Not asking Phil to go take the match ball home again, but imagine we pulled off something like that again. But that wraps up the predicted 11. In terms of score prediction, you live on Connect Gaming today? Nah, no stream today on Connect Gaming. I've been wanting to, but I'm so almost worried to, because of transfer news. I'm scared that whilst I'm doing Connect Gaming, I've got tabs open on Connect Gaming just to control the Connect Gaming stream, and I'm scared that I'll miss the news during the Connect Gaming stream. I know it's just me with the paranoia, but I don't know. The moment something drops, I want to be there, which is the only reason Connect Gaming hasn't been getting played. By the way, that PSG game next week will be so interesting. Yeah, it's a big game. Yeah, I've had a look at it a couple times. I know we've got Arsenal at the Emirates, Liverpool at the Etihad. We have got some crazy big games on the way. But, I'll read us through them just so that you can have it nice and fresh in your memory. So, Brentford, Ipswich, then PSG. Okay, big one. Chelsea at the Etihad. Then Club Brugge, a little break. Then Arsenal. Then the FA Cup, which is a nice little break. I think that's going to be Leyton Orient or Derby. Newcastle at the Etihad, Liverpool at the Etihad, Tottenham at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, Forest at the Forest Ground, then Brighton at the Etihad, Leicester at the Etihad. By the way, Leicester, they'll be fighting for their lives at that point. That's April 2nd. Leicester will be fighting every ball like it's their last because they're in a relegation fight for all intents and purposes. United at Old Trafford, and then the schedule does calm down a bit, but we still have an away from home game against Southampton on May 10th. Difficult one. Fulham on final day. For all we know, they could be going for European football. They might treat that game super seriously. They might not roll over for us. And we've got Villa on the way as well, who are definitely going to be competing for Europe. The schedule is tight. Everton too. It doesn't get easier. UCL next week? Yeah, I believe so. If we don't beat PSG, bye-bye UCL. Club Brugge won't be a little break. It will be a deciding game. True. I guess the only good thing we can take from that is that it's at the Etihad. But yeah, that's fair. By the way, we might have UCL players in that too. 1 minute 13 going again. Please no. I'm begging. I've loved this unbeaten period for 4 games. It's been pure bliss. But that does wrap up my preview for Brentford. The bottom line is that we've got big games coming up, and we need to take it game by game. But we got to turn up in every single one of them. So, big ups to you all for tuning in. I really do appreciate the support as usual. Just as an FYI, we're on 2.3k subscribers. No, 2.23, not 2.3. No, 1.23. I can get myself another K if I want. But we're on 1.23, which is pretty crazy. So big ups to everyone that has subscribed. The deep dive stream is on almost 2k views, which is just mental. So big ups to everyone that's contributed towards that. Brentford stream tomorrow. Be there or be square. Big ups to you all. Make sure to like and subscribe. And I'll see you all in the next one.